Top 10 wide receivers in college football 25 full-time team as of July 25th. No budget on this video, but if you guys think a budget would be better for these videos, like under 200K, let's say, let me know down in the comments below, but let's get right into the top 10. Starting out with Hunter Renfrow, in case you missed. Now, this card is really weird because he's not 6'1". This is like a Sammy Watkins archetype, but of course, it's Hunter Renfrow on the card. 84 speed is one of the faster receivers in the game, right? It would be, I think, the 4th fastest receiver in the game. The problem with this Hunter Renfrow card, it doesn't really, again, match how he plays in real life. His route running is really bad, and his 78 deep route running is an awful stat. Hits no route running thresholds. 6'1", again, it's not even him. Hunter Renfrow, though, has to make the top 10 because of that 84 speed. Next up at number 9, we have Alec Manor. Sorry if I mispronounced that. This is the dude that went off against Travis Hunter last year in college football. Very similar card to Hunter Renfrow with the 84 speed. Does not hit any route running thresholds, but at least has 80 plus in all of those. But he's 6'2", so he's a little bit taller than Hunter Renfrow, which is why I have him above him. Price-wise, though, between him and Hunter Renfrow, they go for about the same price in the low 100s. Maybe you could sneak in a card. If you sneak in a buy under 200K. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins in college football 25, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky. Now on to number 8. I think a very underrated card in this game. It's going to be Antwane Wells Jr., the wide receiver from Ole Miss. So let's go break down his stats. 83 speed is going to be the slowest receiver on this list. That's not a question. 6'1", so he's got some solid height, but he hits a route running threshold that I think is very crucial. Short route running, I would say the only one I could argue is more important maybe would be medium route running, whereas deep route running, not as much, because there's not a lot of routes that actually take a break, right? I think it would be like 20-25 yards downfield. So mainly short route running and medium route running are the two ones you want at 85 overall. By the way, when I'm saying threshold, the threshold for route running or any stat in this game is 85, at least at the highest of levels, Heisman difficulty, which is where I think Gauntlet and Champs is played. So that is the stat that does matter, is 85. So 83 speed, 6'1", and combine that with the 85 short route running. That's why I prefer Antwane Wells over Hunter Renfrow and the Stanford receiver. Again, name's a little bit tough there. The first Bruin to make his way onto a top 10 ranking list in one of my videos, J. Michael Sturdivant, was a dog at Cal, transferred to UCLA last year. Didn't have a great year, but the physical profile is there. Hopefully he has a bounce back year for my UCLA Bruins. 84 speed, so similar to Hunter Renfrow and the Stanford receiver, but he's 6'3", so he's kind of got that height and speed combo. Again, no route running threshold, but he's a little bit taller than Wells and a little bit faster than Wells. He is, though, going to cost a little bit on the auction now. It's going for around 300,000 coins, so you're going to have to break the bank for J. Michael Sturdivant. Next up at number 6, this isn't the last time we're going to see this player on this top 10 ranking. It is the base version of Luther Burden the third. 5'11", so the shortest receiver so far on this list, but he's got the fastest we've seen so far at 85 speed. Would be the tied for the fastest stock card in the game, or base card in the game, but the fastest receiver in the game, base card wise, by +1 speed. Fortunately, he's really close to a lot of the route running thresholds, but simply does not hit it. But the 85 speed is the reason why he is above J. Michael Sturdivant and the other receivers earlier on this list. But that's about it for Luther Burden III. He also is going to cost quite a lot of coins, going for around 400,000 on the market today. Cracking the top 5, though, Travis Hunter, the two-way superstar. By the way, if you didn't know, you can play receivers as defensive back in Ultimate. I don't know exactly how to do it, but I know you can do it in regs, and I know you can do it in cut. I just don't know exactly how you do it. And also, Travis Hunter does have some zone and man cover stats if you scroll down to his defensive stats. But 84 speed, 6'1", and he hits that short route running threshold. So in my eyes, he's just a faster version of Wells, the Ole Miss receiver, or, you know, the same speed as J. Michael Sturdivant or Hunter Renfrow, but he hits that short route running threshold. You also could say he gets the 70 or the 85 overall or 85 stat of spec catch threshold, which isn't too bad. Also, his weight is a little bit low, but it almost makes it to where he can move a little bit better after the catch. Travis Hunter, although, again, really expensive, you're going to pay 500K for this card. Makes the top 5. This one now might come as a bit of a shock, but at number 4, I've got the Ultimate Alumni, Mike Evans. Now, again, he's very expensive right now because his set is not in the game, going for around 350K. Once his set gets brought back into the game, expect this card to be going for around 200,000 coins. That's where he pretty much ended up at before his set got removed. But back to the actual card. 6'5", 85 speed. So we're talking height, we're talking speed. It's hard to get much better than Mike Evans right here. He also does hit the route running threshold of 85, but we're getting into the top 5, and now we're into the top 4, where the receivers that are remaining on this list are really, really good. And the downside of Mike Evans, and I've heard this from a lot of top players, is he is not the best after the catch. He's just a little bit too bulky. You guys know how important spinning is, juking is, racking, run after catch is in this game, and Mike Evans just simply isn't that. He is just speed. You get with the ball, right? You don't really want to juke. You don't really want to spin. You kind of just got to run and hope he doesn't get tackled. Now, he is still a very, very good receiver, and when he's back down into the low 200s, I could argue the best value receiver in this game. So most of you guys should have this player on your team, again, when he's in the low 200s. But Mike Evans, for me, from a pure card perspective, he comes in at number 4. And the receiver that moved above them when I was making these rankings that you guys probably did not expect to be this high is Thomas, the story of the week wide receiver that just came out from the University of Georgia. He's -1 speed to Mike Evans at only 84, but he's got good height, 6'2", 200 pounds, can move like, you know, can move very smooth, can juke, can spin, can do all that. The reason for me why he is in the top 3, we've talked about it all video, route running thresholds. Man coverage is very, very popular in this game. You have to be able to beat man coverage. Short route running and medium route running, the two most important route running thresholds, he hits both of them. And that is why he's in my top 3. Again, he's not the fastest receiver on this list. He's not the tallest receiver on this list. But maybe other than the number 1 receiver on this list, he is the best route runner on this list. And getting open is everything in college football 25. And that is why Thomas has cracked the top 3. But at number 2 is going to be the LTD Randy Moss. 86 speed, 6'4". Honestly, I wanted to put Randy Moss possibly at number 4, maybe even number 5. I just didn't have the balls to do it. He has terrible short route running at 77, right? Very similar to Hunter Renfrow, except the opposite with short route running and deep route running. He does hit the threshold, though, of deep route running at 86, one of only 2 receivers, I think, in the entire game to hit that. So, you know, putting him on skinny posts, deep, like anything, you know, past 20, 25 yards where he makes a cut, he's going to be getting open. Randy Moss, there wasn't a way where he probably wasn't in the top 3 of this video. Again, very, very expensive. Going to have to pay around 700K for the LTD player, but Randy Moss at number 2. And finally, at number 1, I don't think this is a surprise. What I call these cards, Season 1, I like to call him the superhero Luther Burden III. Again, only 5'11", 208 on the weight, hits all of the route running thresholds, short, medium, and deep, and also has 88 speed. He's the fastest receiver in the game by 2 speed. Could argue, right, for a passing player is the most important or the best card in the game. If you're a runner, you probably think it's Judkins. Luther Burden III, if you can't afford him, again, he goes for quite a lot, but he is 90 overall. Going to be probably a top 3 receiver in this game for 2 months. Maybe we can maybe stretch it to 3, but I would say at least 2 months he's going to be a top 3 receiver in this game, unless we start getting some super juiced out receivers that we don't know about. But Luther Burden III, the superhero edition, comes in at number 1. But let me know down in the comments who I forgot to put on this top 10 list. And again, let me know if you want to see like a version of this video, but receivers under 200,000 coins, because it's a little bit anticlimactic because you guys kind of know it's just going to be all the 85 pluses that are on these lists. So if you guys want to, I'll make another video for wide receivers under 200K where I don't think one of these players will make the list. Maybe like Mike Evans and Hunter Renfrow, but that's about it. But until next time, comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you were new, and until next time, peace.